And I want you to think about this statement here that I'm about to make. We don't have to be proud of someone in order to love them. Think about that statement. We don't have to be proud of someone in order to love them. You know, we need to be able to say to our kids and grandkids, for instance, or to those we love, I love you with everything that is within me. I would give my life for you. But, and this is if they're living in sin or doing something wrong, you are living in rebellion against God and His Word, and is eventually going to lead to your eternal ruin. I love you with everything I am, but at this moment, I am not proud of you. That fights against everything that we hear in our culture today that says we need to accept people for whoever they are. We need to affirm people for whatever they believe or whatever they do. Oh, I see it on Facebook. People whose lives are messed up. And parents are telling them how proud they are of them. It's good to say we love you. God's love is unconditional. Our love ought to be unconditional. But if someone is messed up and living in sin, we have a responsibility as the children of God not to say, I'm proud of you. No. You know, my mom, she always said, I guess she had high expectations for me. She said, I'll love you even if you go to jail one day. I'll love you even if you go to prison one day. I'll love you, I don't care what you do in life. She made that very clear to me. But she never said, I'll be proud of you, no matter what you end up doing. Because if I'd end up in prison, she'd have given me a talking to, but she'd have been up there every weekend visiting with me because she loves me, right? There's a difference between saying I love you and I'm proud of you. Think about that. I remember going to a funeral one time. I'm a Christian. And all his grandchildren gave the same testimony. They all said I was never around Papa, but what he didn't tell me, how proud he was of me. And as I looked at those grandchildren, many of them were living lives that were not right with God. Think about that. It would be more biblical to tell people, I love you, unconditionally, no matter who you are, no matter what you do. But if you make choices against this book, I'm not proud of you, and God is not pleased with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? The difference between unconditional love and unconditional acceptance. If someone is living in sin, they need to be confronted with that truth. And we need to tell them, you know what, I'm not proud of you right now. You're, whatever the sin is, whatever the disobedience is, I love you, but I'm not proud of you right now. You know, we think about today, one of the words that's really prominent is narcissist. I didn't even know what a narcissist was 5 years ago. But everybody is being diagnosed as narcissists. If you hate someone, you think they're full of themselves, you call them a narcissist, okay? It's just kind of a universal word. But let's just take for granted that there are a lot of narcissists out there. How did people become narcissists? Why is there a rise of people who always think they're right and who always only think of themselves? It's because they've been told that from the day they were born. Oh, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And then you get someone like my wife gets out there on the soccer field, and this poor little girl, and she says to her, don't just touch the ball, kick it. She never played soccer another day in her life. You know, this fragile generation, right? You know, but I told her I was thankful she touched the ball because she'd never touched the ball before. And then she just burst her bubble, you know. I'm not talking about being mean, you know. What I am talking about is that kids have been told, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you. You're such a good kid, you're so wonderful. And yes, it's a pendulum, is it not? Because when some of us were growing up, all we heard was how bad we were. And how terrible whatever we did was. And why didn't you do it better? But guess what? The generation that always heard that negative stuff is a lot tougher and a lot more godly than this generation who's been told, as Satan believed, you are like the Most High. You are like God. So proud. So proud. So there's a balance there, right? We need to encourage, but we also need to correct and confront as well.